Hey everyone, welcome back to another Alliance War video. This is Season 50, War 3, and we are up against SGA. One of the only two alliances that beat us last season was SGA, so we're really looking to get a win today to sort of avenge that. This war I'm going to have M.O.D.O.K because they left them open for some reason, Vision, and also Tigra. I haven't used Tigra in War for a while, so that's cool. I got Double Path 4 this war, so Void Havok, and then Overseer Dust. And then on the mini islands, I'm going to be taking that Gorr on node 42. And then I have some boss action today against M.O.D.O.K with Mole Man. So let's get into this video. It's a good one. Okay, so starting off, I have this Void on node 4. Going to be taking this fight with Mole Man. I have the Suicide Masteries on. Strat here is just going to be to safely get to my special 2, Inner Frenzy, and then nuke him with basically just one special 2 is all it should take. I tried to avoid taking like as much damage as I typically do in this matchup. It was like one random blocked hit, or maybe I got hit, I'm not exactly sure, but lost quite a bit of health there. But I was gonna try and stay out of frenzy until like his first personal debuff stack got on me, and then get out of it so that I would take less damage. But I ended up losing 14%. I think that's usually a little bit better than I do. I think I usually lose about 20 to 30% just from, trying to nuke it real fast and not caring about the debuffs on me. So maybe that does work out a little bit. But for fight time, maybe I switch it up. I don't know. Anyways, using Viv for this Havok here. Obviously, Viv isn't the best Havok counter because most of her damage is energy damage. But there I eat a combo off rip. Yeah, AI's been kind of acting weird when I'm trying to back up, but with Viv, you kind of want to back up at the start, because if you parry at the start, they'll do one hit and back up themselves every single time, like without fail. They'll start doing it, so I wait for them to come to me. And there he tried to hit me with a cheeky little light there, walk up, throw the light. I was ready, and he didn't get it off in time. So yeah, still have the Suicide Masteries on. Going to go to Special 3, then Special 2, and Special 1 spam. Probably don't need to do that. Well, at least that was my thinking, that I wouldn't need to do that, but I didn't deal as much damage as I usually do. But yeah, so Special 3 is also going to give me increased ability accuracy, so I'm less likely to have my phase fail when I get debuffs on me. But eventually he stacked up too many of his personal plasmas anyways, so it ended up not mattering too much. But at least for this little bit right here, I can reliably land my phases, and they're not going to fail due to the ability accuracy reduction of the node. All right, yeah, and here I just let him stack too many, and that was my mistake. Yeah, just going to get this special 2 off here. I didn't want to special intercept him, so I wait until he throws like a full 5 hit. And here I land almost all of the skill checks. I missed that second one. Typically the third one is the one I miss, if anything, but I missed the second one and got the third, so that was weird. Then yeah, get up to my special 1 here. I'm not gonna get him below a bar because I don't want to deal with that. And special I beta heavy and then hit him with that. And yeah, plenty of damage going on with those special 1s. Probably would have been fine without the Special 3, but who knows, maybe that was a good idea to do it. Anyways, next up in Section 2, Path 4, I have this Overseer on node, what is this, 22, I think. Also going to be playing this relatively safe, just kind of get clarity before I enter Frenzy, just to make sure he's not going to auto block me with his personal kit or whatever. Yeah, look at him go. Why are they so aggressive off rip? That's so annoying. Anyways, so I'm just gonna parry heavy a bunch of times here. I didn't opt for an advanced power boost because I thought I didn't really need it, and then it ended up being true. I accidentally entered Frenzy a little early, but that's okay. I can just parry heavy my way up to my special 2. Let's see, also, I didn't dash in right then when I hit his block. I'm pretty sure I dashed back, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there. But here I get clarity and drop my special 2, and yeah, down he goes. Super easy fight. Don't know what that whole dash in thing was. I don't remember exactly what I did in the fight, but I didn't do that, so it kind of worried me going into the next one. So here, LVT recently has been struggling against Dust on Path 4. We've tried a bunch of different matchups, and most haven't worked, not because they're necessarily bad matchups, but because you make a little mistake and then things kind of spiral out of control. And I had the idea where I was like, why don't I just use Viv for this fight? I'm pretty sure she's going to smoke it. And yeah, we'll see how this fight goes. But on paper, Viv is just like the perfect dust counter because you can get openings with her like parry phase thing going on, and you don't get sand on you. And her plasma would end up removing any sand that you also had if some got on you somehow. So yeah, on paper, she's real good. I missed 2 of the skill checks. Otherwise, that would have dealt like an extra 35, 40k damage, which would have been cool because once I get this special 1 off, I ended up killing her with just 2 special 1s, which was awesome. Yeah, maybe the landing all the skill checks on the special 2 wouldn't have killed her, but still, that was a very impressive fight from Viv. I wasn't expecting her to do it that well. I did eat 30% of my health from a power sting. I maybe could have tried to avoid that, but I knew I was going to kill her with the next special 1, so I wasn't, super worried about taking some damage there. Okay, next up, Gorr on node 42. I was nervous about this fight just because Gorr is annoying to fight sometimes with Tigra, but I just had to swallow that fear and just go in here because I know that this is a good matchup. Like, I just have to remember that. So, push him to special 1 here. And luckily his Undermine doesn't gets refreshed by the special 1, and he didn't trigger that because I have MD5 on, so that could have gotten a little weird. I would have had to drop a special 2 with the protection up. I would have been fine, but it would have been annoying. And here, just to make sure I don't go to special 3, I dropped it mid-special. Yeah, super clean fight. Got a little bit lucky, I guess, with the Undermine not expiring, but I think I would have been fine regardless. Okay, so now we have this M.O.D.O.K boss. I'm going to be taking this with Mole Man. There were 2 kind of strategies I had in mind going into this fight. One of them, which I didn't end up going with, is the Carl strategy. Carl used to be an LVT. He's retired now, but he was the mole god, and he would take war bosses by getting his like counter punch up and throwing a heavy through it, just eating a hit to the face and throwing the heavy to like ramp up his mass, and then nuking with like this special 2 chain. And it was just so cool to watch, but I'm not as cool as Carl, so I ended up going with a different strategy, which was don't throw on suicides and just spam special 1 the entire fight. I'm never going to be in any danger of, hitting into auto block or getting evaded in this way. I don't really have to worry about clarity, right? I can just use Mole Man's kit to do everything. I'm always going to have these safe openings from the counter punch. It just seemed like the safer option, although much slower and much less cool. Yeah, this is pretty much the whole fight. I'm just going to drop a special 1 whenever I get it, bait his special 1s, and then whenever I have the opportunity, use my counter punch to like remove mass and to get an opening. So I'm always keeping that down. I never have to do anything risky. I'm not taking a lot of block damage. It's a very sound strategy. So yeah, it's just a lot of this. So I'll kind of just keep quiet and let this go on for like another minute while the fight lasts. Yeah, I hate that. I'm not going to keep quiet. I don't, because like I'm not putting music into these. I can't be bothered to figure out how. So I'm just staying silent. Like no one's going to watch that. No one's going to want to watch that. I'm sure most people, as soon as I was silent for a few seconds, they probably skipped ahead to the end. So they're missing all of this like introspection that's going on right now. That's kind of crazy. If you're here listening to this, we gotta go ahead and fill the comments up with a little like the Maui head emoji. So yeah, you can only do that if you've listened to this part, or you're Tom, because I'm sure he'll put that in the comment anyways. So yeah, we're 2 minutes into the fight and he's almost down, and I am at a very healthy 88% health. So very little danger to the fight. It just takes a while and takes quite a few hits. And yet here I see he's kind of going to go down anyways. So I don't think I really bother too much with baiting specials past this. And yeah, a couple more hits into special 1. and he goes down. Super easy boss, especially if you leave Moleman open, but even if you don't, like, Killmonger is going to have similar results to this, so yeah, M.O.D.O.K boss just isn't a good idea. So trying to get better about posting the scores after the war, but we did end up winning this one. Really proud of LVT for the performance we put up, and we kind of blew SGA out of the water. They got off to a really rough start, though, and then we just kind of never let them back in. So if it was closer, I don't think they would have died quite as many times. But yeah, super proud and happy for everyone at LVT. And yeah, rough war for SGA. You know, it sometimes happens. I'm sure y'all will pick it up for the rest of the season, except that one guy who always low-key laughs at me in BGs. I was quite happy that he doubled to Serpent.